and welcome to this week's Brand Breakthrough Show. Gosh, what a few weeks it has been. Literally arrived back from a whole tour from the UK to Holland to the UK, back to Holland to where did we go from there? We went to Orlando and just caught the hurricane as we got there, and went to Savannah for a few days to plan out our tour of the States for next year, and then on to New York. So just launched in New York, really exciting. And here we are back doing the Brand Breakthrough Show at the Brand Cave in the UK. So we are going to talk about brand strategy today. So if you've got any questions about brand strategy, now is your time to ask. This is an hour of power for you to come and join in and find out the questions to the answers that, or the answers to the questions more like, that you have around brand strategy. And also to share some of the things that we're doing with our brand strategy that you might be able to model in your business. So come along and make sure you invite other people to come and say whatever they need help with as well. This is your time to shine. So talking about brand strategy this week, it is a very big topic. The topic of brand is huge. I can't see, the only problem with doing it this way, because I've got you landscape, is I can't see who's here. Lubna, okay, I can see you, but I can't see the chat. For some reason, I cannot see it. So just give me a moment and I'm gonna, I'll get online on my laptop as well. Sing a little song for me while I do this. You could be like a little interview. the interval, I mean, I can't speak today. I see a comment. Awesome. Okay, so I might be able to see them this way. Excellent. So yes, let's see what kind of strategies we can talk about this evening in terms of creating a brand strategy. Now, if you've got questions as we go along, please put them in the comments box. And if I can't see them here, then I'll sign into my laptop as well and look at them there. But the main thing really, when it comes to creating your brand strategy, oh gosh, there are so many things, but to really keep it on a simple level is first of all to decide what kind of brand you want to be. And that's something that not enough people really focus on at the very beginning. I can see Gospel, hello, and Carol, hello, lovely to see you. So yeah, decide what brand you want to be, and not enough people do that first of all. So I had a really great conversation with somebody who has heard about the Brand Builders Club. They've been referred to the Brand Builders Club, and so I was having a conversation with them today. And one of the first things they said, hi Ruben, one of the first things they said was, okay, so I've gone away from building my company and I've decided to build it around my personal name. Amanda, hello. Sparky, hey, how's it going? So they've decided to build it around their personal name. And so we had a whole conversation around this. Hi, Deborah, lovely to see you. And had a whole conversation around the whole kind of thing behind whether she needs to build it behind her name or whether she should have stuck with building it as her business. So that's really the first thing. When you're thinking about building your brand strategy, really make a commitment and a decision to how involved you want to be in your business as you grow it. Because whilst at the beginning, you're going to need to be a part of it because it's you that's building trust, it's you that's building credibility. Highly likely that it's you that's creating the products and maybe even the online courses. And so your business, your name needs to be behind that. Liza, hello. So it needs to be behind that, you know, when you're really thinking about creating that brand strategy. You have to forgive me. I seem to have brought a a sniffle, a cold home with me after all that traveling. I managed to stay healthy and cold free the entire time we were away, and given the amount of planes, I think we must have been on 11 different flights over the last 2 weeks, and I managed to pick it up on the last flight home. So I'm dosed up with all amazing oils and all kinds of things, but you have to excuse me if I have to blow my nose occasionally through this. So we're having this conversation about her changing from her business to her personal name. And so this is why I want you to get really clear on that, because as you build your business, whilst it is about you right now, it might not always be that way, but then it might always be that way. So consider that. In fact, Sparky, Sarah Sparks, who's on the call now, here's something, I always keep these on my desk because I think these are a brilliant example of how you can build your personal brand, but then also productize. So Sarah Sparks, who's on the call right now, in fact, Sarah, if you could put a link in here so people can find out how they get hold of these. I think this is a brilliant example of productizing your knowledge and building your brand, so your brand can be expanding, building and growing even when you're not there. So this is something that Sarah has done. She had a 21-day challenge. So Deborah, this is potentially something that you can do as well. I know you did a challenge recently as well. So Sarah took the 21 days of her challenge and turned them into cards so that they're almost like a pack of angel cards. And you could pull a card. You could just randomly select one and see which one is for you. So let's see which one is for me today. Fuel. If you were a high-performance car, would you put cheap fuel in your tank? What a great question. What are you putting into your body? Would you be proud or embarrassed if you had to tell someone else what you consumed today? What could you do to nourish your brain and body right now? Yes, right now. Okay, I'm going to take that card. What I'm going to do is, first of all, blow my nose. Lovely, doing this on camera, awesome. So we're going to blow my nose and then I will have a drink of water. What are you guys and girls going to do? What are you going to do to nourish your body and put fuel in your body right now? So let me have a drink of water. Everybody on the call, do something for yourself right in this moment. And there you go. That's an example of just one thing. So Sarah is now front of mind because that could be, you pick a card. And usually what I do with these cards is I pick a card and I have it in front of me for the rest of the day. So now Sarah's brand is in front of me for the whole day. Nice cup of herbal tea. Awesome. Which type of herbal tea? Oh, Gospel sleep. Well, hopefully I'm not sending you to sleep on this call, Gospel. You'll go to sleep afterwards. But anyway, you get the point, right? So in a really simple way, so Sarah's invested in some boxes. She's got these cards printed and had her brand printed on the back, but then also stuck one of these cards to the top of the box. Hi, Tiffany. Stuck it to the top of the box. So you can see that they're branded, but as a great test run, Carol's having a cuppa, awesome. As a great test run, you know, you can create really lovely, beautiful, nicely branded products from your knowledge. Now, this is a brilliant way of Sarah getting her brand out there and selling these in bulk to, a huge part of Sarah's audience are corporate organizations. So if you know a corporate organization and you're wanting to get in front of them, like Lubna, for example, you might well be wanting to get in front of a corporate, and that's a potentially a good venture for you and Sarah to talk about how maybe you could support Sarah with getting into some companies in Holland, and maybe Sarah could help you to get into some companies in the UK. But, you know, selling these in bulk to larger companies for their teams, as an example, is a good way of productizing. So, yes, Sarah's booked her ticket. Yay! Sarah's booked her ticket to come to the 3-day conference in December. If you haven't got your ticket. Carol, I know you've got your ticket as well. Lubna, I think you got yours the other day. Sarah, bring some of these with you. I think these are really valuable box sets that our other brand builders could be purchasing. And it's a great example of how you can productize. So, of course, that brand is getting out there without you even being there. Let's look at some other ways that you could effectively get your brand out there. So here's another one. Another example, Andy Harrington, you might well, there you go, Sparky, Lubna, there's a joint venture conversation come from this call already. There you go, we're about 10 minutes in, not bad for a start, is it? So Andy Harrington's book, Passion into Profit, I think it's around page 80 or something like that. He asked if he could use our system. So we have the brand accelerator. Oh, here we go. Page 89. So on page 89 of Andy's book, he uses one of the very first products that I ever created, the brand accelerator system. And so he's shown an example. He's used our system as an example of creating a great, unique branded system. And he goes on to talk about our business, and so there's pictures in here of me presenting, you know, there are brilliant things in here. And then he goes on to talk about his own model. So I've had inquiries from this book. I was in LA, so not even in our own country. I was in Los Angeles. When would that have been? About 2 years ago. And as I walked into the event, this woman comes beelining me, comes running up to me, and she said, "You're Sammy Blindell, aren't you?" "Hi, Olivia." I said, "Yeah, I am. I don't know who you are." She says, "No, you don't know me." She said, "But I bought Andy Harrington's book, and I read in the book about that." She said, "And then, because I signed on to his online program, you're one of the speakers that he recorded speaking at one of his events. And so, hi Angie." So I then watched your session and I started following you. I joined your group, and I'm a massive fan. You know, let's make sure that we connect while we're over the weekend. And I'd really love to find out more about what you're doing. And so as a result of being in this book and speaking at one of Andy's events, which he recorded, got up into his online system, and then all of the people that buy his online program now are getting access to me. It didn't cost me anything to do it. It didn't cost him anything, as in terms of he didn't pay me to speak. I went and gladly spoke at his event. But it was a way of me delivering value to people that, that were in his audience. Now, if we look at that, Geert, who's one of our Brand Builders Club members in Holland, I met Geert at that day when I was speaking on stage. Carmen Wild, I also met Carmen that day while I was speaking. Also, Carmen invested in a full brand strategy, 5 figures, a few years ago to do a brand strategy with her and her husband to really map out their entire business. And so I did that, and now Carmen has just joined the Brand Builders Club. Davey Mahoney, he went through our Brand Accelerator program. I met him that day when I presented at Andy's event. I can count probably 5 or 6 people that I've done business with because I went and spoke at that event. So I'd built trust with them, but there's easily another 20 to 25 people who, off the back of this book and me, that session being recorded and being in his online program, that have come through that. In fact, Daniel and Caroline Purvey, who they've just joined. I say they've just joined maybe about 6 months ago. They joined the Brand Builders Club and went through my Master Your Message Mastermind program. They came from the book and Andy's online course. So, you know, just think about how you can build your brand in other ways without you having to physically be there all the time. Here are some other examples. Not that one, but here we go, Journey to the Stage. I'm not in this one. This is a book that's been given to me, but as you can see, this is a compilation book. The Women's Prosperity Network published this one. I believe that, yes, this was signed for me by a ton of brand builders that are actually featured in the book. So they signed it for me and gave it to me as a gift. But again, you know, these are stories that I have read of people that are in this book whose brands I would never have even known about or been connected to had I not invested in the book. And as a result of that, I now feel like I know them better. So whose book can you get into? Whose program can you deliver on? You know, what content can you create that, or whose stage can you speak on? Whose radio show could you speak on? Or television channel? You know, there's loads of opportunities. We've got how to, actually no, we're not doing the other one now. Brand Builders Club TV has overtaken what we were going to do before, and so we are launching that at the end of this month. I'm very excited. So I'm looking for speakers to present on the TV show. So 35-minute slots. There are opportunities to advertise and promote your business as well through Brand Builders Club TV. It's going out to all of our subscribers that we already have with our existing networks and our existing email lists. But also we're looking to build that subscriber list up to 100,000 over the next 12 months. So if you want to get your business and your brand in front of many, many, many people, this is a chance to really get out there and expand your brand in a whole new way. The TV show, we're going to launch it. It'll be running 1 day a week at first, which will become 2 days, which will become 3 days. It's going to run for 12 hours during the day, and loads and loads of things to come. So watch out for that. Just keep your eyes peeled, because we will be launching that very, very soon. And that's a way, again, like I've got a platform. I've got followers. I've invested hundreds of thousands of pounds, dollars and euros in building up my lists and creating my network and flying around the world and, you know, just making sure that we are well known and that we're well branded. And as a result of that, we've got a whole trusted network of people that trust us, that want to hear from us. And when we put relevant content in front of them, they're listening. So just think about how you could also get your brand out there in front of all of our subscribers. I mean, you know, and all of you on this call right now, there's 12 of you. Well, it says there's 12. There's usually a lot more than it actually says are actually on here. Just think about how you can get your brand out there in front of each other, you know. There's different ways, different networks, different streams of income. Yes, well, you all do. You all need a slot on the TV show. They're 35-minute slots, and each and every one of you have got something that will add value to the viewers. So let's have a look and see if I've got any questions. Awesome. Gospel, love avocado and prawns. Nice one. Yeah, make sure that you do hook up. Gospello, would like to chat on how you sourced the cards, Sarah. Okay, perfect. I think that could be, maybe we could do a sprint, Sparky. Maybe you and I need to do a sprint on how you created it, because it will show off what you've created at the same time as teaching others about how you did it. That would be pretty cool. How to productize. Let's have a look. Carol, someone on LinkedIn contacted me to say she keeps hearing my name and wants a one-to-one to get to know what I do. No idea who she is. That's awesome. That is awesome. And that way you know that your brand is building. You know, your brand is what other people say about you when you're not there. So this is the great thing about productizing and all different things you could do. Brilliant. Oh, so Sparky, she's put her thing on there. Brilliant. Thank you. So you can find out how to get hold of her cards there. And we are going to have... we are going to have an area at the 3-day conference in December for those of you that do have product, or you've got books and you want to bring them along and you want to sell them at the event. Then get in contact with me, because we're putting an area together to make sure that we have that. And we're offering the chance to sponsor an award as well. So imagine having your brand. Here's one of the awards that I won last year, and I have this behind me. I did loads of promotion from it. I did a video. I did all kinds of stuff showing off the award. And so we're co-branding the awards this year with people that want to sponsor the award. So if you're interested in having your logo on the award, doing a little presentation and giving the award to the winner in December, then reach out to me, because I put a brilliant package together to really get your brand out there in a bigger way. So let me know. Nancy, hello. Selena says, is there a live today? If any of you are in contact with Selena, if you could let her know that yes, we are live. Very happy to do a sprint. Awesome. Sparky, let's make sure we talk. And Deborah, great Sarah, just had a light bulb moment. Would love the sprint. Excellent. Well, there are other ways that you can productize as well, remember. So let's have a look at some other ways. So here's an example of something that we haven't got out yet, but we've been productizing for a while, is the Entrepreneur's Essential Brand Building Kit. So I filmed, it's 10 videos, so it's like 10 how-to videos in 3 different areas. So we've got, Selena's on the call. Okay, brilliant. She managed to get on. Thanks, Libna. So we've done a 10-step strategy for social media, a 10-step strategy for videos and vlogging, and then a 10-step strategy for systemizing and automating the process so that it can be doing the work without you when you're not there. So all in all, there are 30 videos. There's also an intro video at the beginning of each section. So that's another 3 videos. And then there's a video at the front to welcome the whole product, and a video at the end to upserve them to the next step. So what their next best step is. I thought for ages about how I was going to productize it and perfect it. And remember, I talk about perfection is poverty. Well, I happened to be, just as I was thinking about productizing this, because it's all online at the moment and people can go through it online. We charge £197 for that. But I wanted to make it physical. So I was thinking about all these ideas, and then I went to an event where a lady called Lisa Sasevich was speaking. And this is how, again, brand building, this is how I found that, more people buy at the time. They invest there and then when you give them a good reason to. Well, one of the things that Lisa did was she said, for the first 20 people to sign up right now, you're also going to get my Sales Foundation Accelerator training, which is the essential groundwork to make big money. So everybody runs to the back of the room. And I was interested in this. I only bought it because I wanted to find out what this was. So, and inside, all it is that. It's a simple memory stick in here. And I thought, wow, what if I could create something? So I just literally take all the videos, because I created high resolution videos at the same time as online quality, so that they weren't consuming chunks and chunks of data in my Vimeo account. So I've got all the high res files as well. Well, what I also did was transcribe every single video, which I turned into single workbooks. So with every step, there is a workbook. What I did was I took the 30 and I divided them into the 10 sets, and I created a workbook for the first 10, a workbook for the second 10 videos, and a workbook for the third. So I've now productized that one product in 5 different ways, because there's an audio version of it, there's the written workbook version of it, they can go through the videos, they can get the workbooks as well. So there's loads of different ways that I've bundled this. And so when I saw this, I thought, oh my God, that's so easy. I could just stick all the files onto the memory stick, put them in these plastic folders, and then I went on to worldofenvelopes.com, which I believe is like a global worldwide thing. So World of Envelopes, and I sourced these. So these are perfect for DVDs. So I got the envelopes. I then got some stickers created. Now these are called kiss cut stickers, because literally the cutter just kisses the sticker so that they can peel off. So they're on a roll, okay? So, and I knew that you can't write on these envelopes, so I knew I was going to need some branded stickers. So I got these done. So we write the address on there before we send them out. And then I wanted like a little wax stamp feeling to it. So I then got these little kiss cut stickers as well. So as soon as this is sealed, so these are just peel and seal. And then you stick that on there, and that's now sealed, and that goes out, and it's a completely branded product. But all it is small component parts that are all brought together. Again, what could you do where if somebody has already got a product? So I'm going to be, we've just bought a bucket load of these, and we just need to then print the insert. So the inserts are just like that. It's just a flat insert, and to be fair, she's wasted an opportunity here, because that side could also be printed as well. Now think about this. For every client I send this out to, we know that they want to build their brand, right? We know that they are looking at social media. We know that they're going to start using video, because this product solves those problems, right? So Gospel, who part of one of the things that Gospel provides is 22 social training, would make perfect sense to create a little flyer that goes in with this. Have you thought about using 22 social to build your social media profile? Click here. Now they're on Gospel's list as well, right? There are. If you think that your ideal client is a similar client to the kind of client I'm going to be sending these to, it makes perfect sense for you to stick something in with this package that gets in front of that client. So what can you do? Who do you know that has physical packages, physical products that they're sending out where they're doing things? Another example is at our 3-day conference in December, we're going to have a bag. what do you have that you would like to put in the bag that every single member gets? Whether it's a flyer, maybe it's something that has your branding on it that points them to something. This was something that Trish and Nancy from the Women's Prosperity Network, this is one of the things that they gave out to all the people that signed up for their conference. So I got one of these while we were at the conference. So Women's Prosperity Network, as you can see, it's all branded up in their colours. And something else that they gave away at the conference to the VIPs was this little power pack. Brilliant idea. I've carried this around with me. This has gone to every place ever since I went to the conference. I mean, awesome idea and so well thought out. Not only because this is going to go everywhere with me and it's always going to have their branding on it, so it's always going to rent a space in my head. Trish, Nancy and Susan from the Women's Prosperity Network are always going to rent a space in my head. You've got the power, you do, right? But not only that, this was a genius idea from the point of view whenever you go to a conference and you're taking pictures of everything and all the speakers, your phone runs out. Brilliant. Everybody was getting these out at the event and charging their phones. They didn't have to run up to their hotel rooms and abandon the event so that they could, go and charge their phones and everything. They already had the power in their pocket. So brilliant, brilliant idea. Again, if you've got something like this and you want to get it out to other audiences, partner up with people. It's a brilliant way of expanding your brand. Your brand strategy could be so easy for you and you wouldn't have to spend anything on marketing, because if you just focused on just thinking about that from the customer's point of view, what Nancy and Trish have done is they've stepped into that client's shoes and said, what's going to make their experience the best experience? They could have put more pens into our pack. They could have done that. Everybody puts pens in. There's all kinds of things they could have done, but they didn't. They really thought about the problems that their client would have in the room, and they solved the problem by giving them something that would be useful, and they would continue to use that forever. I got one and James got one. Greg, my husband, he was running out of power today. James said, oh, it's all right, I've got a power pack. He ran this down. Now Greg's looking at it going, oh, that's cute. I bet Greg ends up nicking it. Greg, I know you're on this call. I know you're going to do that. So, now the brand has gone to someone else. It's in someone else's hand. So really seriously consider how easy it is for you to, we're doing well with WPN stuff here, aren't we, Nancy? You've got your Journey to the Stage book here as well. In fact, I must have your the one book here as well. Oh, here's another example of doing this cross-culture. So we have Annemiek and Renata, who are Brand Builders Club members from Holland. They've written a book in Dutch, and I contributed to this book. I am the only English piece in this book. I can't remember exactly where it is. Look how beautiful it is. They've done little sketches and all kinds of things in here. You can't really see them. But the whole thing is in Dutch, and then there's a piece from me in here. So again, I've managed to get into another brand's hand, and every person that buys this book from them or online, my brand is in front of them in a totally different country, but it's a country that I'm building out my business. So what other countries are you building your business in that you would like your brand to expand into? Who has got a list where they can interview you on the show? Jamie interviewed Nancy on this Brand Breakthrough show a few weeks ago in the lead up to their conference to see if we could encourage any more of our viewers to attend their conference. And if you didn't, it's tough luck, because it was the last one they're ever going to do. But they have brought out another amazing product, which I can't wait to interview Nancy on that and let you know about those, because I believe there's one coming up in December. Actually, Nancy, if you put the link to that, if you're still on the call, if you put the link to your Level Up Live, awesome. So guys and girls, especially most of you are in the Brand Builders Club that are on this call, how we use the power of masterminds every week. Well, one of the things that Nancy and Trish and Susan have come up with is masterminding live constantly throughout the day. So they're doing a conference where you can really level up what you're doing. So if you're wanting to really build and brand and expand your business in America, come over. And now I know that you're doing it, Nancy, in December. You're doing a level up in January, I believe. So we're going to be over there. Excellent. Illumination Live. Oh, there you go. I was calling it Level Up Live. Illumination Live, of course it is. Excellent. So there you go. You can go and look up the event, and I won't be able to make it over in December, but definitely in January I'll be going to Level Up. And we're running our Florida Day on the 6th of January. So if you want to come out to Fort Lauderdale, we're going to be out there on the 6th. And then Tasha Chen has got an event at the end of January that I'll be flying back out to Fort Lauderdale to speak at that event then as well. So again, how can you really impact and influence on more people? Just by giving. Because when you show up, so do other people. It's amazing. You know, I just can't imagine how difficult it must have been in my other businesses when I didn't really connect the power of joint ventures and partnerships. You know, I was doing it for other people. I was always connecting other people, but not really utilizing the power of that in my own brand. And now I'm constantly creating new things and courses and content that aren't even going into my own programs. They're going into other people's programs. May Belton, she's just developed a business in a box product that will go out to light workers and healers and intuitives who are wanting to start a business. And May's done that very, very well in her own industry. And so she's set up this business in a box product that she's also created a retreat for. And she asked me if I would deliver a section on that for her. So I've created a little 5-step mini course that's going into May's product. Kezia Luckett, I created a session as part of her 12-week program, helped her to come up with the idea for breaking up her author's program over 12 weeks, and I'm on week 3. So I deliver the piece that helps you to get your pitch right at the very beginning, the intro of the next story. So there's a piece in there. David Shepherd delivered a 5-step mini course for him for one of his Selling Magically courses. So again, what do you do? What do you do where you could break a tiny little piece of that away from what you do and turn that into something that somebody else could use in their product or their package? Or maybe, like Sarah, has got a physical product that she's selling into corporates and other clients. What do you have that adds value to Sarah's product, that when this gets into the hands of Sarah's clients, that they also get this added bonus that makes complete sense to the product and can make a difference to the clients? So there you go. Have you got any questions? Anything? Yes, Lubna, 80% of the success is in showing up big time. It really is. And, you know, there's lots of events that are coming up. There's lots of things that are happening that that really, you know, your advice, your support, your knowledge, your intellectual property is needed in other parts of the world that it's much harder for you to get into on your own. So why make it hard when you can really add value to other people through bulking up their programs? Someone asked actually at the New York Members Day the other day, they said, what is the fastest way to start making money if you don't have your own product? And I mean, you all might have some ideas as well. Paul, hello. You might have some ideas as well on top of this, so please do share them in here. But one of the things that I suggested was absolutely partnering with other people that do have a product that really complement what you do and creating something that brings all of that together, so you're not having to do all of the work, but that you can then take that to market. For example, when we had our design agency, we were providing branding and websites and marketing, but the you know, once they had that, it was kind of done. You know, it was a one and done. You shouldn't need to create someone's branding more than once if you've done a good job. With the website, hopefully you're not going to see that client for another 2 or 3 years unless you're providing hosting or web domains, or you're then doing landing pages and funnels and all kinds of stuff for them, right? But that was on the web side of the business. So I thought, how can I continue to add value to our customers in a way that now they've got their branding, they're like, well, I've got my branding now, what do I do next? So I created a magazine. That's how I came about creating our magazine. And I ended up reaching out to all of my colleagues that were in marketing or PR or content writing, blogging, videos, hosting, all the different elements of, right, I've got my branding, now what do I do with it? And I reached out to them and I said, would you consider writing like a 3-step series or a 6-part series, so that we know what's coming in the next magazine? And that's what we did, and I really built our subscription up big time from that, because our customers loved the magazine because they were getting it for free as something that we did for them. But then other people started getting to know about this magazine and saying, hey, I want this magazine, I want to know that. Because if you look at the Brand Builders Club, everything we've done has come from all the things that I've built in the past. So the Brand Builders Club, do one day, get it done. Next day, tell you what to do, get it done. Well, that's exactly what the magazine was. You picked something that you wanted to do. You went through the article, you implemented it, and then the next day you came back and you picked another page and you implemented it. And so everything that we've done has been like a sequence. You can see how, like, I can totally unpack the whole of the Brand Builders Club and everything that we do as a result of all the businesses that I've built, because there's parts of them that I've brought into it. So that was fascinating, and I had to put the magazine on hold last year because the Brand Builders Club really took off, and I needed to give my 100% commitment to that. But we're bringing it back in January, and it will be our Brand Builders Club members that are writing for it now, instead of me, reaching out to other people. We've got enough Brand Builders Club members now all over the world that have the most amazing treasure chest of knowledge, and I want our readers to be accessing that knowledge and putting your brands in the spotlight. That means the world to me in terms of getting you out there and getting people to subscribe to you. That's I see that as one of my sandboxes that I need to play in to get you more exposure to the people that really need what you provide. So could you create a magazine? Could you create something? Carol and I were talking about this when Carol was over in France. I can't believe it. It was only about a month ago that we were in France at the Master Your Message Mastermind retreat. But that's something we were talking about, in terms of her customers subscribing to a magazine with lots of different tips and hints on things that they could do, not only in Carol's area, but bringing other experts in that would, like a lifestyle magazine, and Carol being the main brand behind it. So there's some very interesting ways that you can get in front of your customers and your ideal customers who are searching for you right now, but they just can't find you. Maybe they're finding someone else, and that's no good, is it? Lubna, I'm attending lots of events in the coming weeks. Excellent. So is there an opportunity for you to speak at those events? Have you reached out to those people already to ask, is it possible for you to speak at them? Or would it be possible for you to create something that every person at the event, maybe they receive it on their place, like on their chair? Or is there something that you could do? Could you sponsor drinks afterwards or something like that, so you get a little speaking slot? I mean, there's just so many different ways that you can get around that. Speaking tomorrow, excellent. If you're speaking as a keynote, by the way, something that I find is really, really awesome, and actually a lot of the speakers at the unconference were doing this, so I was really pleased to see that they were doing this. They'd set up text campaigns. So what you could do is take a banner stand with you if you're able to have a banner. If not, you could, if you've got a flyer, you could give that out, or you could just say it verbally. But what you can do is you can set up a text number. So ours, when I did it before at an event, it was text WOW to 66777, and you will receive my 6-step system for brand success. All you've got to do is, as soon as you do that, it will start the process and tell you exactly how you can get your hands on it. And it was really funny. There were about 120 people in the audience. And I wasn't there to speak, to sell. I wasn't there to sell. I was there to speak, but not to sell. And so partway through my presentation, I just said, who likes free stuff? And they all put their hand up. And I said, brilliant, take your phone out of your pocket. So everybody took their phone out of their pocket. and I did the text wow to 66777 now, and I got it up on the screen because I was actually speaking and had slides, and I gave them all something, and you could hear all the phones beep, 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 all around the audience, all the phones going off. So that was hilarious, but you know, a brilliant way. Like, I ended up walking away with about 80% of the audience's phone number and email address and name. Well, quite often you can get an email address, but you can't get a phone number. So I ended up with a huge amount of phone numbers that I could then call and invite them to our next event. How do I know they like events? Because they were at an event. Okay, so if they come to something physical, invite them to something else that's physical. If they're coming to you via online, invite them to something that's online. So it's a good way of you kind of knowing how they learn. Because if they're coming to you via a webinar and you're trying to sell them like an offline package, like a big event and something else, they might not invest in it because they're demonstrating that by turning up on a webinar, that actually doing something online is probably a better use of their time. So just, you know, again, like Trish and Nancy did, step into your customer's shoes, have a route around, think how they would think, feel how they would feel, and create something that really will add value to their life. So I'm constantly going to be charging my phone when I'm out and about, so I've always got the Women's Prosperity brand in front of me. I drink herbal tea. I'm always going to be using. So on my desk right now, actually there's quite a few of your brands on here. So I've got Trish and Nancy's mug, plus their charger. I've always got Sparky's cards because I do these cards all the time. Leela Singh, she gave me a leaflet the other week, so I've got that on my desk at the moment because I'm going to be going through that and looking through that. I've got all these books, all the books that I'm featured in, they go on my case, and whenever a client comes here, or if I'm speaking to someone or I want to give them some examples, I'm putting your brands in front of my clients to show them that this is a great demonstration. Here's what some of the people in the Brand Builders Club are doing. So I'm constantly putting your brands in front of people. If you've got something that you've created, make sure that I've got it so that I can show people, so I can do videos on them, so I can create you something that really gets you out there and promote it in a bigger way. Let's see what you said, Gospel. I do weekly shows on Mondays and now have as a PDF. It's a theme people have for the week to keep them focused on. Brilliant. Something else, actually. So Jamie Gilliland, our partner in the United States, I'm very pleased to announce that, actually. For those of you that don't know, Jamie is our US partner, and last week we officially set up our Brand Builders Club USA Corp. So we now have an American corporation for the Brand Builders Club out there. So we're planning on building that out there big time. Very excited about that. The bank account is now set up. All the official documents and everything are all set up. So we're going to be building that out there. So I hope that you're going to come and join us out in the States and meet all the amazing people that we've started to really build the brand out in the States. In New York, we had 11 guests at the New York launch, really high quality, amazing guests. And out of the 11 people, in fact, there's some on this call right now that joined from the New York event. I think we had 6 people sign up straight away. And there's another 3 people that I'm talking to from that event. So 9 out of 11, you know, wherever we go, we really are just, you know, building the most incredible family, and I'm so excited that you are part of it. It's just so exciting. And so yeah, we've got all of our other events that are coming up. Look out for the new dates, because the new dates should be going up by next Monday. And we're hoping to create a wall planner in time for the December event. So for those of you that are coming to the conference in December, we will be giving you a wall planner that has all the sprints for next year. It has all the members' days in all the different countries that we're in coming up there. So yeah, I'm very excited for that. So make sure you come along. If you haven't booked your ticket yet, get in touch with me. Let me know so I can send you the link and you can book yours. And I've got, I think we've got about 12 tickets left that are secure, because I put 20 tickets to one side for brand builders that said they want it but they couldn't get them last week. So I've got 12 tickets left from those, and making sure that brand builders get their tickets, because other people are booking them. People are bringing guests as well, so they're taking the tickets. And I thought that we had 100, and we don't. We have 80. So it's like, shit, there's 20 less than I thought there would be. So make sure that you get your ticket if you haven't got it. And let's talk about what you could put in the bag so that every person that comes to the conference is going to get your brand in there. So reach out to me, drop me a message. Let's see how we can do that. And I am going to end it there so that you can go and enjoy the rest of your evening, the rest of your day, wherever you are and whatever you're doing. I hope that's given you some great examples of the stuff that you could do to productize. And there's one strategy that I was going to share. I remember now, just before I go, that Jamie Gilliland has just started doing, which is how I got to telling you about us launching in the States. Jamie, at one of our members' days, she offered all of our Brand Builders Club members and all the people that signed up to the Brand Builders Club, she offered a 30-minute strategy session with anybody that wanted to sign up. It's not a sales call, it's a pure value add. Jamie is a master at systemizing, content planning, customer journey planning, funnels, automation. So she's been doing it for many, 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 many years. And so she offered a 30-minute session to all of our Brand Builders Club members. Well, the people that have been taking up on it, she's been delivering them via Zoom. Actually, no, she uses BeLive, so it streams via Zoom, I think, and streams out to through Facebook. So what she does is she delivers them live so that everybody else can learn from the advice that she's giving to them. So again, could you do something like that? Like I do these brand breakthrough shows because I get questions throughout the week that we think, okay, well, that's a great topic for next week's show. Let's do that, because then everybody else gets to learn from the answer. So instead of me just saying, to the one person that's asked me about, how can I create a really good brand strategy, I put that out through this show instead of just doing that one-to-one. So it's just another example for you to use in your own business. So there you go, sending you loads and loads of love wherever you are, whatever you're doing, and I will look forward to seeing you in the Brand Builders Club throughout the week. Take care. Mwah. See you next time.